Hello, everybody. Welcome to Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John. I'll tell you something. On this channel, I do everything that has anything to do with alcohol and coffee. And the first comment of every video I do is always pinned because it has a link to the playlist that pertains to what I am reviewing. In this case, that playlist is going to contain this bourbon. We're doing bourbon today. Have an Evan Williams shirt on because Evan Williams is owned by Heaven Hill, and so is Elijah Craig Bourbons. Elijah Craig small batch bourbon, $25 to $30. Heaven Hill product, 94 proof, 47% alcohol by volume. It says Elijah Craig, father of bourbon, first to char oak barrels. Wow. Oh, and then embossed on the bottle, 1789. That is because Elijah Craig was a distiller in 1789 in what is today Scott County, Kentucky. Georgetown, Kentucky is the county seat. Back then it was Fayette County, Virginia. Bourbon legend has it that this Baptist preacher was the first to char a barrel. That's not 100% proven. That's bourbon legend. A lot of people tend to go with that. And then they come up with a theory of how he did it. Did he do it on purpose? Did he do it by accident? Was there a fire? Not even sure he was the first to do it. But that's the legend of it. So Elijah Craig is a standard mash bill for Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill actually has 5 major mash bills, but the one that I tend to see the most, even on a lot of the Evan Williams products and everything else, is 78% corn. A little higher, right? It just has to be 51% corn to be bourbon, as far as that rule goes. Most bourbons that have rye in them have between 12 and 15%. This has 10% rye. And then a lot of bourbons that have malted barley, well, they all have malted barley, are usually, it could be 4 to 10%. This has 12% malted barley. So it's a little sweeter mash bill. And it's a common mash bill. What they do is, depending on the rick house, where it's stored, because they don't ever move the barrels. Once they put them in place, they stay there. So they know what rick house and what floor kind of denotes what flavors they're going to get when they're doing the blending. And that's how they're all different. A lot of them are different that way. The char level is a 3. That's a general char level that Heaven Hill uses. So, all right, well, let's get into it. See if I forgot anything. I don't think so. Well, anyways, I like that. You like the bottle shape? It's pretty cool. Classic. All right. Nothing on the back. All right. Elijah, yeah. Oh, look at the color. What denotes color? What makes this color? Is it age? It's one of 4 things. Age, all things being equal, and it never will be. Where it's located in the warehouse, the higher up, it could be 50 degrees hotter in the summer than the bottom level, the 7th floor. Therefore, that's going to denote a lot more heat, a lot more bourbon going deeper into the wood, through the char and coming out. So where it's located, the temperature, how long it's been aging, the char level, and what the proof is, how much water did they add. All these things have to be factored in. All right, here we go. A lot of caramel in here. Oh yeah, sweet caramel. Now I'll tell you, caramel, man. If you want to, well, we'll get into it's another one of their whiskeys. I'll review it. This has caramel as well. Not as much. What I'm talking about is the toasted, Elijah Craig toasted. But let's get into this right now. Still got a lot of caramel. These things are big on caramel. A little bit of marshmallow. Not as bad, not as much as the toasted. It's not as bad. I actually love the toasted. But it's very sweet smelling. Very caramelized. A little bit smoky. Sugary. Let's give it a taste, shall we? do an acclimation sip, right? I'll cleanse my palate, kind of coat my mouth with this whiskey, reset the palate, and then the second one, we'll go in for the taste. Ever have it? Talk about it here. So, Heaven Hill, by the way, is owned by the family who started it in 1935. They've just went into the third generation of the families, the Shapiras. It was 5 brothers who originally started Heaven Hill, and like I say, it's third. That was the first generation. The third just kind of took over recently. Mm-hmm. A lot of caramel. It's sweet. It's sugary. It's caramel. A lot of caramel. Just a lot of vanilla. Keep saying sweet and caramel because it's really there. All right. So sweet caramel, vanilla, oakiness. There is some oak balancing out that sweetness. And really, without diving in too much, that's what I'm going to say. We could probably go deeper and spend a lot of time on it, but those are the dominant flavors coming through. It's a very sweet, tasty. Because it's so sweet, because of the flavors that I've mentioned, it's easy to drink. This is a nice sipper. This is a solid as a rock sipper. If you haven't had Elijah Craig, can you imagine $25 to $30, and you can sip this straight all day long, and you can use it as a mixer because it's not that expensive. Might as well put a good tasting bourbon in your mixed drinks, right? And one that can go mixed or straight. This, my friends, is an absolute winner. Elijah Craig is just a good, solid man. And not even just for the price. It's a solid as a rock bourbon. For the price, it just takes it above and beyond. It really does. That's my review of it. I really enjoy it. I like that sweetness. I like the notes that are coming through on it. There's a reason why it sells so much. It does sell a lot. And that is the reason. So, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. If you can comment, thumbs up, anything you do, because it helps the analytics. That's why. And then that helps the channel grow, and it keeps me motivated. Buying all this stuff for you to look at. And let me tell you something. If you look at my playlist, I don't even know how to describe it. Okay, I invented it, and I don't even know how to describe it. It's grown to beyond me. It's a beautiful playlist. You're going to get in there. You're going to start looking at the titles. You're going to start looking at some of the reviews that are in there. You're just going to love it. You're going to have a great time. I promise you. You're going to love that playlist. You are going to love. You're going to find categories you didn't know exist, and you're going to be interested. I mean, you don't even know it. It's like going traveling to a city you didn't know anything about. And you're like, wow, and you discover a lot of cool stuff. That's what's going to happen when you dig into this channel. All right? Promise. Tell me what you think of Elijah Craig. I'm serious. I want to know. What flavors do you get? So on and so forth. A lot of people be reading the comments, and it's always helpful. So I'll see you on the next one.